Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips MLB Daily Fantasy Preview Show for today, the 20th of August. I'll be taking a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy needs on DraftKings today. I'll be looking at starting pitchers, stacks of the day, foundation players which will be used as a foundation to build a winning lineup on, and a value player at each position. For anyone who hasn't had the opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I will put a link in the description for this video that will enable you to do that today. Starting pitchers today at the top of the shop, we'll go with Felix Hernandez of Seattle Mariners for 11,500. While Hernandez is no longer exhibiting extreme strikeout numbers, his days of being one of the true power arms in baseball are probably behind him. He does draw a plum matchup today in a nice pitcher's park like the Safe against the strikeout leaders of baseball in the Milwaukee Brewers. He has 88 strikeouts in 102 2/3, and the Kings Court could well be in full session today, particularly with Ryan Braun banged up for Milwaukee and possibly not going to play. Ian Kennedy of the Kansas City Royals for 9,300. I will be honest, a man who gives up as many big flies as Kennedy is always going to make me a little bit nervous, and the Twins have displayed some pop throughout their lineup. The bonus is this is a hitter's yard in Kansas City, and Kennedy has performed well in 2 starts against Minnesota, allowing only 2 earned runs across those starts. The Twins are more strikeout prone than most. Kennedy is worth 1 per inning with 139 and 140 and 1/3 inning this year, and I think looks a fairly solid play at the price. Matt Moore of the San Francisco Giants for 8,400 has developed consistency since being traded to the Giants. He's pitching 6 innings every time on the hill, between 5 and 7 strikeouts. This is up on his season rate. He's got 128 strikeouts in 148 innings this year. The Mets do have issues plating runs. They are worse against left-handed pitchers. At the park factor in, I think Moore also looks a solid play at 8,400. And going to Moore's former team, Jake Odorizzi of the Tampa Bay Rays for 7,800 has been outstanding in recent games. He's got 4-0 with a 1.66 ERA since the All-Star break, 6 starts. He has a good record against Texas in 3 starts. He's 2-0 with a 1.37 ERA. That drops to below 1 in the 2 times he's faced them at Tropicana Field. He's got a passable strikeout rate with 131 strikeouts and 142 2/3. Texas are below average for the strikeouts in the league, but the Trop is power suppressing. Odorizzi's about as cheap as I would go at pitcher today to have any confidence of getting any production. Looking at stacks of the day today, obviously we have to start at Coors Field, Colorado against Chicago. I'm inclined to leave the Rockies alone against Mike Montgomery of Chicago, as they don't profile as well against the left-hander. Looks like a bullpen game because Montgomery is coming out the pen to cover for John Lackey, who starts being skipped, and he's not going to be fully stretched out to go 6+ innings. So they're probably going to try and play matchups in the game, I'd imagine, as well, which isn't going to play as well for Colorado. The Rockies have Jeff Hoffman named as the starter at the present time, and to be honest, I know very little of him. It appears he came across in the Tulowitzki trade, as he was Toronto's first round pick in the 2014 draft, and he's right-handed. That's about all I know. It may certainly pay to have some Cubs in the lineup, as they can hit anything. A rookie starter, of course, can go either of 2 ways. It can be very good, or it can be disastrous. With the Cubs, I will take first baseman Anthony Rizzo for 5,500. He's on the right side of the platoon, hitting 292 with 25 home runs. Outfielder Dexter Fowler for 5,200. The switch hitters hitting 281, 10 home runs, and he hit a home run yesterday. And Ben Zobrist, who qualifies at second and in the outfield for 5,000. The switch hitters 275 with 13 home runs on the season. I will stack some Arizona Diamondbacks, even though the game takes place at Petco today in San Diego, with the usual culprits against Clay Richard, as we know they do hit left-handed pitching well. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt for 5,400 is on the right side of the platoon, hitting 301, 18 homers, 19 stolen bases. Outfielder Yasmani Tomas for 5,200, 269 hitter, 25 home runs on the right side of the platoon. Has hit the ball out the yard 4 times in the last 7 games. Catcher Wellington Castillo for 4,600. It's a 269 hitter with 12 home runs. It's on the right side of the platoon. He's hitting 400 with a homer in his last 7. Leadoff man second baseman Jean Segura for 4,900. He's hitting 321, 11 homers, 27 stolen bases. He had hit a home run yesterday. And Ricky Weeks in the outfield for 4,900. He has a home run off of Clayton Richard. 247 hitter, 8 home runs, the platoon advantage. He's got 2 home runs in his last 7 games. Looking at the weather conditions forecast in Cleveland today, with warm weather and the wind blowing out, despite the park, it's probably worth stacking some Jays against Josh Tomlin, who is tied with James Shields for the most homers allowed in baseball this year on 29. I will take first baseman Edwin Encarnacion for 5,100. He's hitting 267 with 34 homers this year. Last 7 games, he's hit 321 with 3 bombs. Second baseman Devon Travis out the leadoff spot for 4,700. He's 293, 10 homers the year. Josh Donaldson at third for 4,700. The MVP is 289, 28 homers on the year. And shortstop Troy Tulowitzki for $5,000. He's hitting 257 with 21 homers. He's hit 407 with 3 homers in his last 7 games. Obviously, do check your lineups for that game, because Tulowitzki and Donaldson did miss the game yesterday, but they are expected back in the lineup with a prime matchup today. My foundation players for today at first is Hanley Ramirez of the Boston Red Sox for 4,900. He is very good against left-handed pitching, about the only Boston Red Sox you can say that about. He's hitting 282 with 16 home runs this year. His last 7 games, he's hitting 429 with 2 homers. Second baseman, I'll take Daniel Murphy, who can also be used at first for the Nationals. He's 4,900. He's on the right side of the platoon against Terrell Jenkins of Atlanta. He's hitting 344 with 22 homers on the year. Third baseman Kyle Seager of the Seattle Mariners for 4,900. He's on the right side of the platoon against Willie Peralta, who has been pitching well since he came back from the disabled list. I'm not buying it. Seager's hitting 287 with 23 home runs on the year, and he hit one out yesterday. Shortstop Brad Miller of the Tampa Bay Rays for 5,100 has a home run off of AJ Griffin, is on the right side of the platoon, hitting 266 with 25 homers on the year. His last 7 games he's hitting a massive 346 with 5 home runs. Outfielder Mark Trumbull of the Baltimore Orioles for 4,800. He's hitting 257, 36 home runs on the year. He's got 4 home runs in his last 7 games. Looking at my value plays, Gary Sanchez of the New York Yankees remains as my value catcher, though at $3,700 his price is now on the rise. He's hitting 389 with 5 homers the year, 462 with 4 of those bombs in the last 7 games. First baseman Will Myers of the San Diego Padres for $4,000. He's on the right side of the platoon against Robbie Ray, does a very good job against left-handed pitching. He's hitting 273, 23 homers and 21 stolen bases on the season. Second baseman Ian Kinsler of Detroit for $3,800. Found it very hard to find some value at second today. Kinsler hasn't been hitting as well lately, but he is a 282 hitter with 22 home runs, 13 steals on the year, hits at the top of the lineup, which is everything you can really look for. He's on the right side of the platoon against Drew Pomeranz today. Third baseman Danny Valencia of the Oakland Athletics for 3,400 is very good against left-handed pitching. He gets Chris Sale today, who has been struggling in recent starts. He's hitting 299 with 14 home runs on the year. Shortstop Didi Gregorius of the New York Yankees for 3,900. He's on the right side of the platoon against the very average Ricky Nolasco. He's hitting 285 with 17 homers a year. Hit a home run yesterday. That's the 3rd time he's gone deep in 7 games. And outfield, I've gone with Nori Aoki of Seattle for 3,800 because I'm not buying Willie Peralta. He hits at the top of that lineup. He's a 260 hitter with a home run. He's hitting 385 in his last 7 games, and Peralta has been known to give up home runs. That's all I've got for you today. Let me know how you get on in the comments. I'll be back tomorrow. See you later. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video, hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today, and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.